YouTube, my name is The Legend of DS, and today's video is about the Nintendo NX, which is one of the, if not the last, Satoru Iwata confirmed projects or approved projects. I was gonna make a video on Iwata's passing. I decided against it because so many people were doing it, and I felt like, why should I throw my own into the mix? Uh, Anyway, I don't want to get into that. The only thing I will say is that thank you, Iwata, for everything you've done to gaming and for Nintendo. And this is one of the last Nintendo projects revealed by Iwata. No, actually, the last Nintendo project that Iwata confirmed was the NX. And today's video is about the possibility of NX now coming in 2016 because again, today, Dragon Quest XE, or 11 as it should be named, but the logo is XE, was unveiled by Square Enix to be an NX not launch title, but an NX game. The game is going to be on the Nintendo NX. This game, Dragon Quest 11, is for the 30th anniversary of the Dragon Quest franchise. Square Enix wants to launch this game in between April 1st, 2016 and March 31st, 2017, with obviously 2016 as the big target for the game's launch. Why 30th anniversary of the franchise, as I said, and they wanted to be in that financial year. The game was also confirmed for the Nintendo 3DS and the PS4. Now, this doesn't confirm obviously that NX is going to be at 2016, but it's a very big push. Not only confirming that the game is a 2016 game, but that the NX is in fact a home console near the power of the PS4. There was the rumor that from N64 that the console won't compete in terms of power with the PS4. But that rumor is also very, very stupid by the fact of people take that as is not powerful enough as this generation of consoles when the PS4 and Xbox One are not the same power, with the PS4 being slightly more powerful than the Xbox One, and I said this in my previous video. The reason why NX is confirmed to basically confirmed on 2016, not confirmed, basically confirmed for 2016, apart from this and this is the biggest one, but the fact that they're going to talk about it, the NX at E3 next year, they say they're going to talk about it in 2016, not E3 will be the first unveiling. If NX truly is a home console that is launching in 2016, that Nintendo needs to talk about it prior to E3. I don't feel like announcing a console at E3 and 6 months later, not even 6 months, 4 to 5 months later, launch it. Not the best decision in the world. 4 to 5 months might be enough, but to inform us of all the games coming up, about the console itself, 4 to 5 months won't be enough. If they talk about it in January or February or as late as March, then NX really has a powerful, not a powerful, but a very confirmed quote-unquote release for 2016. If Nintendo comes out in January and says, oh, in February 15th, 2016, we'll be hosting our own press conference in New York like they did for the Wii U in September of 2012, prior to the launch of the console, and we'll be giving invites the media. If Nintendo does that, like the PS4 announcement and the Xbox One announcement, this will basically be the confirmation that NX is a home console that is launching in 2016. The reason why to me the NX, and a lot of people are thinking that NX is now confirmed to be a home console, is that Dragon Quest X or Dragon Quest X is going to be launching, apparently, from what I hear, and I am going to pull my Nintendo News article about Dragon Quest 11 Dragon Quest X and Dragon Quest 11 are both launching on the NX. There will be two versions of the game, one for the 3DS and apparently one for the home consoles, the PS4. Dragon Quest is the first game to be announced for NX. It is the first game to be NX. The PS4 version of the game is going to be open world, while the 3DS version is going to be 2D style. Is not even the it's really not well represented here, but apparently PS4 version is the one that people are thinking that the game for NX is going to be more. Um, there's basically no confirmation if it is or not, but apparently PS4 will also be getting, this is what I heard, I don't know if this is confirmed, PS4 also will be getting Dragon Quest X. Dragon Quest X is on the Wii U. This is what's leading many people to think NX is a home console. If Dragon Quest 11 or 10 is coming to PS4, why bring it over to the Wii U if NX is a home console? What this is leading people to speculate is that NX is not going to have backwards compatibility, which sounds kind of right given the fact that it would take, from what I hear, a lot of power for an x86 computer, like I think and many people think, and it's should truly be what Nintendo is pushing forward, be x86, the architecture of the console. It would require a lot of power for Wii U games to be emulated by the x86, or have a little Wii U on a chip, like they basically have the Wii on a chip inside of the Wii U. But that would take a lot of power. This basically, with the information that the game is coming to PS4, to NX and 3DS, basically confirms that it is a home console because Wii U is not included. Dragon Quest 11 most likely started development, if it is to be released next year, or at the latest point that this game can be released, it's March 31st, 2017, means that the game, the latest of beginning of development was the ending of 2014. 2014, by mid 2014, that's when I think that the game started development. Wii U was not only the best-selling home console in Japan, which it still is, but it was going basically toe-to-toe with the PS4 in terms of sales, and I believe summer of 2014 it was doing better, and it was consistently doing the same numbers as the PS4 until very recently, where the PS4 got an edge, but then Wii U with Splatoon got another edge, and now they're basically always in the same 10k range from each other, never one outbidding the other by more than 15k in sales in Japan, meaning that this probably means that NX is a home console since Wii U is not included in the package. Could also be because Wii U, it's unknown if Wii U supports the Unreal Engine. I remember hearing at one point that it did, that now it's unconfirmed, it's unknown. The other thing that this is a good news for Nintendo and Nintendo fans is mainly because this could mean that Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7, and Kingdom Hearts 3 may come to the Nintendo NX. Why I say this? Well, it depends. If those games come out after NX has launched, they probably won't be releasing for the NX. We have seen time and time again that a third-party game on a Nintendo system that launches after the other versions and is as a full retail price with nothing really altered and with no DLC, but these games won't matter, don't tend to do all that great. But Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 7, if they were to launch at the launch of the NX, they would do great, especially in Japan. And that's why I think personally that this basically confirms at the very least Kingdom Hearts, and it might confirm Final Fantasy for NX. Why? Final Fantasy franchise has a story, not a story, has a track record on Nintendo systems. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts. And in Japan, it's a dying console market, and not a dying, but it's a very troubled market, very difficult market that is owned by two companies. Nintendo and Sony have always owned the Japanese market. The European and the American market are debatable who always dominates it, because Nintendo and Sega went back and forth in the United States in the 90s. The PS1 and PS2 dominated that market, but with the Wii and the Xbox 360, the PS3 was snuffed out in America. It's different now. It's the PS4 on top. The Europe is more of a PlayStation country, not country, continent. Why did I say country? So Square would probably want to sell as many copies of Final Fantasy and of Kingdom Hearts in Japan, and the Xbox One in Japan is pulling horrible numbers. In comparison, Wii U I think sold like Wii U and PS4 I think both sold around the same at 300 something K in Japan. Wii U might have done from 250K above. I don't remember. The Wii U launched 2 years ago and the PS4 was a year and a half. The Xbox One that launched in September, I believe, 2014, did 23K, and that's a good week for the Wii U or the PS4. And at the time, and even now, it's a regular week for the 3DS. The numbers that the Xbox One has pulled are ridiculous. Consistently is under 1,000 consoles sold a week in Japan. So to me, this is what it looks like, is that Dragon Quest is going to be, at the very least, Dragon Quest 11 and Dragon Quest 10 are to be first of all, are the two first games to be confirmed for the NX. And at this point, looks like both of them are gearing up to be at the launch of the system in late 2016, which could give the NX a great start, especially in Japan. There are no confirmed releases for Dragon Quest in the West, but mainly the franchise is mainly popular in Japan. So, to me, it feels like Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasies 7 and 15 are on good track to launch, or to at least release on the NX. I've heard some people say that it might take too long to port over. I say not really, because if it is x86, it won't be as costly, or it take as long to port over to the NX if NX truly is x86. But we're gonna have to wait and see. If the NX is x86 and it's in the same realm of power of Xbox One and PS4, these games will come almost guarantee, simply because the Xbox One versions of these games in Japan will sell around 50K lifetime, and that's a stretch. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.